Okay. So before this video starts, I'm going to explain what exactly the fat throw is, because I feel like if I explain it, you'll have a better understanding of it. What exactly fat throw is in the context of fighting games. So just what does it do first? Notice how after they naturally tech out, it'll be an air tech. You can prevent this by hitting them with a normal that keeps them grounded. So like that, you could do this, you can do that. Anything that keeps them grounded, you could hit them out of it. And that's important because you can hit them out of it even after combos, right? Hold on. And they'll be left standing. And very few other characters in this game have access to that sort of thing, where they're left standing post-combo. That's called restand in the context of fighting games, if you didn't already know that, because there's a lot of new players in this game. But why is this powerful? So, we established in another video, I think, that there are 4 game states to the game. There's neutral, there's in the combo, there's block strings, and there's knockdown. So why is the restand important? Well, let's just look at a setup I get off every combo using the restand. That. Now what happened there? I avoided knockdown. I essentially avoided block string. I went right to the mix-up. And essentially I just skipped 2 game states, which is very, very good. And not only that, the setup was true, like, mix-up. This is actually, hold on, unreactable high, unreactable low, cross-up. True 3-way mix-up. That's very powerful. And you ignore those game states. And that's powerful because in this game, knockdowns are extremely good for the defending side. You have a lot of options off that sliding knockdown. You could delay tech, you can up tech, you can get out of mix-ups in a whole lot of different ways, and you have to worry about mashing. But with that setup, you don't gotta worry about nothing. So, fucking, what do you do? How do you make this work if you're a Majin Buu player? What's the story? It's actually kind of simple. So, first thing you're going to want to keep in mind is how long your combos are. Because sometimes you will get different things based on how long the combo is because of the way the hit stun works in this game. For example, if you get a raw 2H, cut your combo short, this becomes a true 50-50 on your knockdown. And just to prove it, jump. Jump will avoid the grab, right? Hold on. That becomes a true 50-50 on your fat throw. However, that only happens if you get a combo that's like a very specific hit number long, like 5 to 7 hits. You get a hit more than that, it'll be too much hit stun. They'll be able to jump out every time. Alternatively, you could count out the seconds of the combo because the hit stun value is, you do it for 8 seconds. Count out the seconds in your head. Is that 8 seconds or what? Yes, because the hit stun is based on the timer in this game. Off of raw, you can sort of cheese the hit stun timing, right? Because you have so much time. I could do that. It will actually reset. This catches a lot of people off guard. It's actually a little bit tricky to time. Little bit hard. But you will get it with practice. Let me see if I can do some. Yeah, so if you just wait a little bit, you will time out the hit stun and get your own 50-50 off that. And off a slightly longer combo, let's say you do something like this. You can get this setup. And this one is just a conditioning based kind of thing. It just gives you, what happens is the JM will break them out and the JL will frame trap. And you can't 2H it, and I can prove it. You can't 2H it. And this is just to condition people to stop pressing buttons and mashing and all that kind of thing. That actually didn't do what I wanted it to do.
It's not just the ships.
Alright, well that didn't do what I wanted it to do either.
The aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win.
There we go. So off most hit stuns that will frame trap.
A nation's call.
Off most, let's say you're doing your combo and you're like, well, I want to reset here. You cut it a little tiny bit short, then you do that. That's a safe jump. So whenever it doesn't frame trap, it's safe jumps. So you will catch most things. You can't be able to mash out of that if you do a short enough combo. I think that's about a 10-second combo, 11-second. Off I-80 you get a couple options. You get this, triple overhead. You get this, just do low. And you get this, which he 2H'd, but I don't want him to 2H it. This. You can get either of those. And the reward is kind of trash, but the point is it's another option. A free hit is a free hit. But off most cases, you won't be doing it solo. The solo thing is just to keep in mind if you don't have assists up. Assists are very important for it, because assist will let you get much better mix-ups off of it. Like I showed off, Bardock gives me a very strong setup. So using assist for it, you have to consider what kind of assist you have, right? So let's say I'm using Yamcha. You see that right there. Yamcha has a lot of block stun. However, at longer hit stuns, his hits will kind of stop frame trapping and they'll be able to jump out and then you can't really get a mix. So, you would use the JM to hit them out first. What else was I gonna say? Right, so then you consider he has this block stun, right? And, you start to think, hold on. Can I do that? You said, how can I make this a 50-50? With Bardock, too. How can I make this unreactable? So you think about all this shit, and once you think you have your setup, this is how you lab it. Guard follow-ups, because that will ensure that if there's a little tiny gap, they will block it. And 2, you set them to counterattack jump. And the reason that is because jump is frame 4. It's the fastest counter option to these mix-ups there is. Notice how Yamcha killed his jump and the hit counter reset. That means that your setup is tight. It will catch mashes. It will catch jumps. It's safe to all DPs, I believe. Most DPs, at least. And what else? There was one more thing. And you can't 2H it. Obviously, that's part of mashing. You can't jump out. So, yeah. But, then you have another problem. Lab against reflect. Because if there's a gap between something, you can reflect it in this game. So you want to see what happens if they reflect. Well, it leaves you very plus, right? So then that creates another mind game. If they reflect Yamcha, look at that. That's the mix-up now. The mix-up now is you double reflect to get out of this mash, or I grab you and I get a lot of meter back. Or, potentially, you reflect and I get a 2M punish and kill you. That's another thing that can legitimately happen in the game. There's a risk to reflecting, and you have to lab out to see how exactly you can make the reflective risk. If your setup can't make reflective risk, the setup is not that good. But most of the setups you can do, and even what you can even do as a hard call out is you can just break them out and punish the reflect. Well, 2M might be pushing it there, but you can definitely 2L. Okay, so you can't 2L. Never mind, but you can call the assist to hit for you, or better yet, just thought of this, right? Because you're thinking as you're labbing. Okay, hold on. You can get a mix-up off it, is what I was trying to do. But it pushed me too far forward. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you should be able to punish like this. No, you can't. But anyway, like I just showed, you could use the assist. Once they reflect the assist, then you get your little rock, paper, scissors game. But yeah, that's how you lab it. And you want to lab it not just against jump and reflect, but you want to lab it against mash, just regular ass mash. You want to lab it against vanish a whole lot, because vanish is also frame 4. It can't beat the vanish. It won't beat anything. And my fucking controller died mid video. But fucking, you want to lab it against level 3s as well. So you want to see if it's safe to level 3s. That's a level 3, right? Yeah. You want to see if your setup can deal with level 3s. Looks like in this case, I can't block it. But then you see, can I vanish it on reaction? Okay, that didn't work. That was not on reaction. I'm a fucking idiot. Can I vanish it on reaction? Yes, I can. So it is safe to level 3. I don't have a DP character on this team, but then you want to set it to, let's say, counterattack DP with SSJ Vegeta, counterattack EX DP, right? Air DPs won't work because they're not invincible to the assist anyway, so you don't have to lab against those if you don't want. But you want to lab against jump, 2H maybe, right? You want to lab against vanish, and you want to lab against level 3s and DPs. And if your setup can properly deal with all of those decently, then it's a good setup. And yeah, that's how you would do it with assists. But some assists are not like Yamcha and Bardock. They have different block stun. There are some assists in this game that you can use for Fat Throw that actually have Ki Blast block stun. So what I just showed was Yamcha. You use the block stun for it, but not all assists are like that. So for example, Janemba, that was not Janemba, and I'm going to show off Bardock because it's kind of similar. I already showed you the Bardock setup. I'm going to show you how Janemba is basically the same thing. So remember that Bardock, I didn't do the JM for. Bardock, I just hit him out with the assist. That's because that assist has a property where it leaves the opponent standing on hit. That is important to the setup. So Janemba can actually do that, but Janemba doesn't have the block stun that Yamcha had. So I showed off Yamcha. How do I do it without using block stun? Because Bardock also doesn't have very high block stun, but Janemba's is just Ki Blast. That is very important. Janemba, you'll see, will actually do that. But Janemba, let me just show off counterattack jump. In the case of people like Yamcha, you can use them to hit them out, and sometimes the hits will frame trap, or they're forced to block. But, in Janemba's case, okay, not on that combo, but on other combos, you can basically just jump out of it, because the hits are kind of slow, kind of far apart. So how do you do against Janemba? You will use Janemba's first hit to, frame trap with your next move, right there. So, let's say they try to jump out. And there we go, I got my reset. And look, I two-touched off it. You died. You died off 2 mix-ups. Pretty much. I could have did a couple more hits of Majin Buu Super, but that's very close to dying. Yeah. So for the key for Ki Blast block stun and for one hits is to use the first hit and then use that first hit as your frame trap, as your hit out, and hit in between the next hits. Another assist that does this is Z Broly B. But I don't suggest even using Z Broly B. I don't know why I'm going over it. But just to show off that you can do it with Z Broly B. And who else? Who else has that? I'm gonna pick you just for later. You just want to show off that Z Broly B can basically be the same thing as Janemba A for this kind of setup. That would be the trick. You just use the first hit as the restand and try and hit in between the Ki Blast hits. That would be the secret. So just want to show this. Oh, that's A. I'm fucking stupid. I didn't really get it right there, but you saw the concept, right? I don't know why the frame rate for my game looks kind of bad right now, but whatever. I didn't get it, but you see the kind of concept I'm going for, right? And there we go. So that would be the frame trap hit, and I would convert off that. Base Goku's here. Why'd I put Base Goku here? Because what if you have a team like Majin Buu Base Goku, and you don't have a restand assist? You don't have an assist that has that property where they leave standing on hit. How do you get fat mixed with that? It's actually not just about the restand property, but just how easy the assist is to convert off of. So, for example, if I do that kind of setup with Base Goku A, it's not actually that hard. Let me just figure out the timing, because I don't play these two. You just call him a little bit earlier, that will frame trap. There we go. So notice how Boo literally just went right in front of her. So that means now she's jumping. But you know what? Hold on, let me just do something. Just to make it easier for the video's sake. So, notice how you can't very easily convert off this assist. That will tell you that you can't use it, because it's really just not that effective, right? If they just take the hit strategically, they get out of the setup. That's not what you want. So there are some assists, though, like, for example, Jiren. If you want to run Jiren A with Goku, not Goku, fucking Majin Buu, Jiren's A is pretty easy to convert off of. So let me just show that. I'm not getting it. I'm sorry. This video is taking way longer than it should. So that will have so much more hits then, and it will be much easier to convert off of. Just, fuck. Alright, let's just pretend. So you can very clearly see him get hit by that and then convert off that. That's the point I'm trying to make. Even if I'm just not that good at the game and I don't play Jiren. Yeah. So the metric isn't just whether or not they leave them standing on hit. It's also just how easy it is to confirm off of. And notice that Jiren also has a very decent amount of block stun. So that Yamcha setup I was just showing, while it's a little bit harder to time, as I obviously expertly proved to you that Jiren is a little bit harder to time than Yamcha. Jiren is also particularly strong for the setup. Right there. Oh my god, I finally got the example. You saw that? And my controller died, so I couldn't convert. Because my wire sucks. But, yeah. So, that would be the gist of... sort of... Hold on. That would be the gist of labbing and finding out which assists you want for the setup. And I think that's it for the video. Yeah. Sorry that took a little bit, but peace.